All right, let's open up a presentation. A few slides I'd like to go through. Once I cover those, we're going to jump right into a demo. So this is going to be pretty quick. Dream Report, that's our only product. It's our baby. We're always adding more and more great new functionality to it. As the name implies, we are an industrial reporting solution, also an industrial dashboard solution. But that key word, industrial, is very important. It makes us the #1 solution for industrial and reports and dashboards within the automation industry. And we're quite happy to be able to highlight that for 3 years in a row now, we've won the #1 award in this industry, the Engineer's Choice Award. So that's customers voting for our product. When we talk about the 3 areas of value inside Dream Report, the first is that we do compliance reporting. Compliance reports would be the reports you have to have for whatever business you're in. That could be water, wastewater treatment reports for the EPA, could be FDA reports, batch quality reports, information that you need in order to be in business. That's a big driving point for putting in a solution like Dream Report. However, we've made the product so easy to use that you can focus on performance reports. That's all the information you'd like to have to be able to run your business better. Uptime, downtime, reason codes for downtime, analytics, any kind of analytics that you'd want. Dream Report can generate information in various formats and deliver it to you automatically, which is a very key value point. The third time you want Dream Report is when things don't look quite right. You need to troubleshoot your information, and Dream Report is a great troubleshooting tool. We'll give you a little bit of a demonstration as to how quickly you can set Dream Report up for troubleshooting. But these are the 3 key areas of value, and it's value that we can deliver to virtually every application that you might have. If you're a GE customer, another very important point is that Dream Report is the OEM solution for GE. So you can buy it from GE. We're just the company that makes it, and we're happy that GE sends us quarterly royalty checks for the amount that they've sold. So what makes Dream Report unique? First of all, it's all of its connectivity. You're going to see in my demonstration that Dream Report can connect to virtually any type of product that you have, both industrial products and business data sources. So we can offer real-time connectivity, we can offer historian connectivity, we can tie into your databases, whatever they are. Dream Report's designed for ease of use, so it has a very quick learning curve. No programming or scripting required. The key is that Dream Report understands industrial data, industrial calculations, and how to present industrial information. And then finally, it's a very scalable and cost-effective solution. So if you have a little application, you can buy a small Dream Report. If you have an enterprise-wide application, you can buy a larger Dream Report. It virtually will fit into any application that you might have. Let's talk about the functionality that Dream Report delivers. I already mentioned that it communicates with whatever data sources you have. That can be real-time data coming from control systems, could be manually entered data, could be data that's already stored in various repositories. If the data isn't already stored, Dream Report offers the functionality to log data for you. That's often used with our manual data entry, things like reason codes, sample management, and so on. We can also log real-time data from a PLC or other piece of automation equipment if it's a small application. Otherwise, you should be using a historian. Dream Report delivers a studio. The Dream Report Studio is where you build your reports. You can configure your data sources by clicking driver configuration. You learn a bunch of objects that are on the right-hand side. You'll see this when I launch the studio. You can schedule your operations, make everything happen automatically. And of course, you can run things manually. So trigger based on time of day, day of the week, alarm conditions, manual triggers, and Dream Report will generate PDF files, Excel files, CSV files, web pages with HTML5 format, XML files if you have to provide data to other systems programmatically. We can put data in various locations for you, so files can show up on your file server, on an FTP remote site. We'll email information to you. We'll print information. You can access your information through mobile interfaces as well. Dream Report can serve up information to other applications. We have an OPC server built in. So if you'd like to see Dream Report calculations in your favorite HMI, you can do that. If you're using Dream Report to load a recipe, for instance, we can write variables back to the process. So this is all the functionality you get with every Dream Report system. We like to think that we've improved Dream Report through its 25 or so releases at this point. We've been doing this for 15 years. Actually, this month is our 15th year anniversary. Dream Report's available in 14 languages and sold all around the world. Our biggest market's the water and wastewater industry because of all the compliance reporting there. Pharmaceutical and biotech is next, but general manufacturing takes up a large part of our business where we do batch reporting, downtime reporting, all kinds of KPI dashboards. Dream Report has been tailored through the 25 or so releases to perfectly fit every vertical market that you might be in. And at this point, it's the most recommended and resold software on the market for industrial reports and dashboards. What kind of applications are we doing? Well, we do SPC reports, batch reports. In the food and industry, our biggest application is clean in place reporting, downtime reports, building automation systems, utilities reporting. If you can imagine it, Dream Report can deliver it in any kind of report that you'd like: portrait, landscape, Excel-based report, PDF report. It's all up to you, including real-time dashboards. We'll build a report quickly during our demo. By the way, as you watch me do a demo, you can do it yourself. You can come to our website. You can use our download link. When you download Dream Report, it's a fully functional download, operates for 30 minutes at a time. If you contact me, I'd be glad to provide you with a trial license, and we can do a deeper dive on a one-on-one webinar.
Hey, Roy, since you're on the topic of the demo license, a question came in here and asked if you can actually run projects with the web reports in the demo mode. Is that something you can do?
Absolutely, yes.
Thanks.
Great. So what are we going to cover in the demo next? I'll show you the Dream Report configuration environment. I'll show you how to set up a driver to a data source. That, by the way, will take all of about 30 seconds. We'll build a report. We'll play with the various report settings. We'll run reports, create some files and directories. I'll show you our browser-based portal. If we have time, we'll do an interactive report. We'll also show you how we can do mobile reporting. We can talk a little bit about pricing and answer your questions. So with that, let me dig into Dream Report. When you install Dream Report, you'll get two icons showing up on your desktop. One is the Dream Report Studio. That's the tool you use for building your reports, your dashboards, whatever you want Dream Report to generate. The other is an admin tool called the Runtime Management Console, and that allows you to view Dream Report's operation, manually trigger reports, and interact with it, again, from an administration standpoint. So we'll double click, we'll open up Dream Report, and when Dream Report opens, it says, which project would you like to open? Dream Report can have lots of projects stored in different directories. That's how you back up and restore your application, by the way. And here we're looking at a demonstration report. There's an area here, this box area is called the list of reports, and you can go in and click on any kind of reports. These are all demo reports. We've got about 80 or 90 reports within our database. So these are reports that you can learn from: downtime reports, various indicator reports, pie chart reports. The reporting objects are down the right-hand side. At the top, we've got 3 that can do calculations for you as single value calculations. We've got table objects, SQL tables. Step tables can do stepped calculations, a monthly report of daily information, for instance. We have charts and pie charts, bar charts. Let's do driver configuration. Over here, we have a quick launch bar. You can hide it, you can show it, and lock it in place. The top icon is driver configuration. And this is a very important and special part of Dream Report. You can see all the drivers that we have. Since it's a GE product, we have drivers for virtually every GE product. To enable or connectivity to something, you would select the driver, you would give it a name, you would configure it, browse to it, test it. We support a lot of the historian aggregation modes, so I can do interpolated data, raw data. And when you're done, you would add it to the list. And this becomes a list of all the different sources that you can extract data from. Blue tags are real-time data sources. Yellow tags would be history data sources. You can see an alarm data source in there as well. Once you've configured a data source, which again takes all of about 30 seconds, then you're building reports. So I can come into a folder, I can right-click and say I'd like to generate a new report. We'll give that report a name. And report settings allow me to set things like schedules for the report, when to generate the report, triggers for the report. Should I want to trigger off some SCADA system value, a tank gets low, I want to generate a report. Under report file format, we have the ability to generate web pages, PDF files, we can email, we can print, we can generate XML and Excel files. For the simple case, I'm going to do a PDF file. And report naming conventions can be defined. If I want to send the report to other locations, I can say copy it to a folder. I can limit the number of files that we store. Here's a blank page. If I want to show a logo on that page, I can drop a bitmap down, give it a name, browse to a data source. Let's back up here, grab an AutomaTech ThinkBIG logo and put that in the corner.
Look at you, brown nosing. Nice job,
That'll
Roy.
make it a little bit easier. Thanks, Matt. We will add a title. So I'm going to call this the oh, sorry, double click on it. It's Windows. Obviously, you can use any font that you can imagine. You can make it bigger. You can center it. If you have lots of objects, you can group them together, align tops and bottoms. If you want date to show up, we can drop a date and time object onto the page, and we'll give it a name, DT for now. It's when the report's going to be generated. There we have a report. I can create a header area. I can go into the report and say, I'd like to give it a nice background. Let's pick an image. We'll go to report backgrounds, scroll down. Here's one I like to use. There's a nice background. I never want to do this again, so let us correct that spelling. And let's save that as a report template. And this now becomes a starting point for any other reports I want to generate. If I want to perform a calculation, I can grab a calculation object, drop it onto the page, give it a name, browse my data sources. You'll see the GE, that's not fully hooked up, so I'm going to use a demonstration data source that I have. If there are thousands of tags, as often will be the case with a GE historian, I can call up the tag I want quickly. I can specify a calculation that I want performed. We'll grab the average. Let's get the average of yesterday's data. So fixed period, last one day of information, and that's going to show up right here. Again, make it bold, make it a little bigger. Need a copy, hold the control key down, drag it across, copied it, and I can go in and edit that tag for temp 2. Copy it again, throw another value in this report, set up for temp 3. Let's align the tops, space them equally, center to make it look nice. We'll add a chart. So here's a chart area. It's remembering the tag I used. We'll add a pen. It remembers the date and time I'm interested in. We'll add another pen and the first pen. There I have my 3 temperatures. Let's show a table. I'm going to drop a table object onto the report. And in this case, it remembers I'm getting yesterday's data. We can edit the list, grab some tags from our historian, and grab all of those, add them. There's a table of information. And now we can generate this report. So I'm going to run my project, save the new report. Dream Report's loading all of these demonstration reports and our new report up into a background running service. When it's done, it opens up the second application automatically. That's the Runtime Management Console. So I'm just waiting for that to pop up. There it is. We don't need the studio at the moment. Dream Report's running in the background. In fact, if I were to close this application, Dream Report is still running in the background. We run on Windows, every version of Windows that Microsoft currently supports, both workstations and server class operating systems. Dream Report also works very well with virtual machines. So here's the Runtime Management Console. It's showing me the project that's running. I can come in here, see the report we just created. I can right-click on that and say Generate. And here we're calling it up. I've created a file. If I were to right-click on that and open the PDF, here you can see the actual report that we just created. It's showing yesterday's data. When I pick the last one day of data, that gives me the last complete day of data. So that's midnight to midnight reporting. If I were to ask for the last month of data, we're now in May, so it would have generated a report for April. In fact, we can do that. We can call up our report in a dynamic report generator, and we can generate that report with any time period that we want. It's a very powerful feature of Dream Report that we can go back in time and regenerate past reports. So I'm going to generate right now another PDF file. It's running, it's complete. This time we generated the last week of information, and I can open up that report. We're now looking at the last completed week. And you can tell Dream Report what's the first day of the week. We'll do pagination. We could put the titles at the top of every page. Dream Report has a web portal. That web portal is very powerful. We can jump into it right from a menu selection here. Dream Report's opening up that web portal. Remember, we generated our report twice. So there are 2 PDF files already waiting for us. If I click on that, I get to see the latest report that we just created. And if I click on the first one in the menu, then I can see the first report that we created. Web Portal allows you to run reports. So I can say, generate a new report right now based on the time built into the report. And Dream Report just created a third file, again, getting yesterday's data. But if I wanted to generate this report for some other period of time, perhaps last December's data, then we can go into Dynamic Report Generator, pick an absolute period, go back in time, December 1st to January 1st, generate. And here you can see we're calling up December's information. So very easy to repurpose reports for any batch, any time period that you want. Dream Report has all of that built into it. Let's call it up on a mobile platform. Now, I just started playing with a new toy, the ability to connect my iPhone to my office computer. There we are. And we're now mirroring my iPhone. I can go in, call up our web portal right from an iPhone, Android device, doesn't matter. It's all HTML5 based. We can go into our directory. We can call up the reports here. You can see the latest reports. And there's the report that we just ran. I can take a look at it. I can also go back and generate that report again for any time period I like. Let's do fixed period. And we'll do a month. We're now generating that report. This time I asked for the last month of information, and that would have been April's information. We can go back, we can refresh. Take a look. This is the report I just generated. And there you see the April dates and times. So that shows you just how quickly we can generate a report and make it available on other devices. Let's go back while we have a little bit of extra time and show you how you can make interactive reports. So we're going to close this down. We'll go back to our studio. I'm going to move some of these objects down, make a little bit of room. Now I'm going to grab some web elements. We have the ability to add a start object onto the page. Start date and time picker rather. So this allows an operator to pick a start time. Copy that, allow someone to pick an end time. Start and end times of periods I might be interested in for reporting. Let's give someone the ability to select tags. So I'm going to drop a combo box down. We'll give it a name, call it tags. It's going to show a tag list. We'll allow more than one selection from our historian. And I don't want to show every tag in the historian. Let's just grab some of the tags I need for this particular view. And there's a list. Let's add a button. That's going to be called a refresh button. It's going to refresh the report. It'll get the tags I've selected in my combo box called tags. It'll get the date and time from my objects called start and end. And one last thing that might be nice is let's go into our chart and make that interactive so that I can pan and zoom and export information. And we'll now reload the reports and then call this up within our web portal. So waiting for Dream Report to reload all the reports. It opens up that blue window. We launch our web portal. This time, our report's available both as a web page and the PDFs. We'll click on the web page. Here is our default information. I can go back and say, get me the information from the beginning of this month, for instance, and we'll get it from midnight to now. Let's get it for tank 1 and tank 2. Refresh the report. There's the updated information. I can pan and zoom. I can highlight an area. I can select particular data values, and I can export. So if I export, I select the tags that I want to export. We'll take both of them. We're getting the data from your historian. I can save it away to a CSV file. We can open that CSV file and shows up on my other monitor. There we go. That gives you a quick idea of how easy it is to create information, make information very actionable for your various customers. We have a lot of reports in our demo system, and I'd suggest if you have any interest in Dream Report, you should go to download the demo off our website, send me an email, roy.kok@dreamreport.com. I'll send you a trial license, let you play with the product for 30 days or so.
Roy, a couple of questions came in here. If you've got a few extra minutes, I know it ran a little bit long, so we can give you a couple more on your side. First one, not really a question, more of a statement. It's from Branko. He said, "I love it. It looks super easy." So I did you the favor there and just responded with it. It is. And he also responded to your recent demo there and said, "No way, wow." So just figured I'd share that feedback.
Excellent. So thank you very much for that feedback.
There is an actual question here in the list, though, so let me read that one off to you. How's the report access and change management defined, especially in response to GXP or GMP?
Thank you. So security plays a very major role in Dream Report. We have, for regulated industries like pharmaceutical and biotech, we have added all the functionality you need to meet the 21 CFR Part 11 requirements. So Dream Report will tie into your Windows domain security using Active Directory. We can have role-based access to reports through the portal. So when you log in, only the information you're allowed to see will show up within the web portal. Dream Report can save information away to various directories. You can apply your security to those directories as well. That would be Windows-based security. And Dream Report also has built within it an audit trail, so you can see who's done what and why. The great security version management is also built in. So all the functionality you need to meet those difficult pharmaceutical regulatory requirements.
Great, thanks for clarifying, Roy. Appreciate it. If there's other questions, feel free to again raise the hand. We'll be happy to put anybody on speaker if you want to actually talk and interact with Roy here, or just type them in the chat window. While we're waiting for some of those to trickle in too, just want to make one other comment that we also have on the AutomaTech side. We have Hayes Pierce on the line here. Hayes, you want to say hi and introduce yourself?
Hi, this is Hayes Pierce with AutomaTech, Solutions Architect. Here to answer questions around any of the products that we've got that you've seen here today. Especially, I want to give some props to Roy here for doing such a great job, and he continues to amaze us with even more stuff on the screen. So, thanks.
Yeah, good point. And Hayes,
an hour is far too short a time for a good Dream Report demo, but hopefully I can wet your whistle with this. Also wanted to show you that we do real-time dashboards, so we can present information to you in real time any way that you'd like to see it.
Yeah, thanks for showing that, Roy. And just another comment about Hayes. He came to the AutomaTech team. Many of you that are on the line may not know him. He was part of the Advantage Industrial Automation software business acquisition late last year. So we're proud to have him on our team. He's a good resource for you about Dream Report and iFix and all the other things you're going to be hearing about through the conference. So just wanted to do a quick little intro to Hayes. A couple other quick questions, Roy, that came through. One of the questions was around connectivity. So more about device connectivity. What's kind of the preferred connectivity approach? Should people be connecting directly to the controllers, the devices themselves, the databases? What's the strategy there? Can you talk to that?
Yeah, thank you. That all depends on what you have in place, certainly. We can connect to your HMI SCADA systems. We can connect to your devices, your PLCs. We have drivers in Dream Report like MQTT, so we can connect to internet-based things. So Dream Report can access the data wherever it might be from whatever data source, including things like SQL databases. I've got a nice quick demo here of a SQL query report. So in this case, I'm actually have a SQL database. I can select customers. We'll grab one, see if there's any data associated with this, hit the refresh button, and there we're calling up the orders for a particular customer, and this is all SQL-based reporting. So we're not just an industrial tool. We can do certainly any kind of reporting, even SQL-based reporting.
Thanks, Roy. Another question that came in here, I'm going to try to expand upon the question. It was all about connectivity for legacy software. So how does it work when users have older or more dated software databases? What's your approach there in reporting from those systems?
Yes, so we have over 115 drivers in Dream Report today. Some of those drivers are standards-based drivers. For instance, all the flavors of OPC, OPC UA, OPC DA, A&E, HDA. And we work with a partner, Kepware, so we can support any of the real-time connectivity to drivers that they support. We've also worked with Matricon in the past. So one way or the other, we can connect to the data sources you have. If you have legacy equipment, we have a lot of drivers in Dream Report for connecting to older equipment. And you just contact us or contact me with your particular needs, and I'll find a way to hook it up and make it work.
Thanks, Roy. And I think we're going to wrap here on one last comment and then one two-part question. Another comment here from one of the folks in the chat is just saying very great tool. So just sharing that feedback with you. And then the last question is, how about cloud-based implementations and how can you scale? So for example, if you would do a cloud-based implementation, what would be the number of web-based or cloud-based clients you could deliver for reporting?
Right, so our largest application right now has about 200 web connections. And Dream Report can be cloud-based, although we're cloud-based on a Windows operating system. So you still have to spin up a machine. You can host it with Amazon if you'd like, and our customers have done that. Dream Report is a very scalable product, both in what it can do and also its price. So its entry-level price is about $1,900. It's a tag-based solution. We count the number of tags we're querying for reporting purposes. But then that can also scale up to a very large application. We have single user applications, meaning you work on the Dream Report machine to configure it. And we have multi-user support built into Dream Report. So if you need 3 or 4 or 5 people working on Dream Report system at the same time, each working on different reports, you can certainly do that as well. So there's a lot of scalability. Average selling price for a Dream Report system tends to be in the $5,000 to $10,000 range. And if you have interest, contact AutomaTech. I'm sure they'd love to give you a quote or talk to you about an application.